So namaste all. So let's begin our practice. So only 1 hour 15 minutes. We will straight away come to the chant and the honoring of the teachers. So this first chant is just respecting this whole context of gurus. So we'll all chant Om together, and then I will break down the particular chant. Those who had the WhatsApp forum or something, if you got the message, you can look at it if you need to. Otherwise, just follow our words. Okay. So let's do one Om together. Just slowly lower the hand. So the first line of the chant. Ajnana timir andhasya Jnana anjana shalakaya Chakshur unmilitam yena Tasmai gurave namah.
Tasmai gurave namah.
Okay, and slowly open eyes. So this is a chant. The meaning is we offer our salutations to the Guru. So that is Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. To this Guru, I mean to the Guru tradition, we offer our Namaste, offer our grateful salutations. But what for should we do this? So the verse itself explains what the Guru does. So yena, meaning by whom. So we offer our salutations to the Gurus because by them, our Chakshur unmilitam, our eyes of awareness got opened. So that's what the Gurus of the Guru tradition does for us. Remember the term Guru nowadays is relaxed in the sense that any teacher is called a Guru. So romance guru, and so all kinds of gurus are there, and which is okay in a simple casual way. But in the original tradition, Guru was very serious in the sense that it is the one who opens us to our own greater reality. So it's in the spiritual, in the philosophy tradition. They can be even dance teachers, but still they are guiding the student to something greater than their ego identity. That is a Guru. So we offer our respects to this Guru who opened our eyes of awareness. How did the Guru do that? That is Jnana, anjana, shalakaya. So he opened the eyes. Our eyes were closed. That's the first line, which says Ajnana timirandasya. Andha means blind. Our eyes of awareness that was not seeing anything because of the cataract. Timir actually means like cataract. So because of the disease of Ajnana, cataract of ignorance, cataract of conditioned ideas, limited beliefs, opinions, and all those things blind us. We see through very minor kind of, very divisive kind of eyes we have on the basis of race and all of which we are seeing right now around the world, and color and race and religion, and that kind of eyes blinded by all these ideas. The Guru, by applying knowledge, Jnana Anjana Shalakaya is a beautiful term. Anjana meaning like a sweet medicine. So the sweet medicine of knowledge, the Guru keeps putting on our ignorant eyes, on our restless bodies, all of those things he or she puts, and by which Chakshur unmilitam. Unmilitam meaning opened eyes. So we opened our eyes towards that kind of Guru, our respect. So now we have 16 teachers. Normally when we say Guru Parambara, we honor 16 teachers. So we will work on those. We'll name the 16 teachers. So just to quickly tell you, Guru Purnima traditionally is the birthday of this great Guru called Vyasa. So Vyasa, we all know right now, those who are attending the Gita lectures, Vyasa is the one who wrote the Mahabharata, who codified the Vedas. So he is the one who gave commentary to Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So we are very grateful to him. So his teachings does have opened the eyes of Manasa students who do the kind of students who listen. Their eyes of awareness have opened up with Vyasa's teaching. So with him we honor today. Then of course Patanjali doesn't need me to explain. Then the other teacher is Adi Shankaracharya. So the Vedanta, we use a lot of Vedantic teachings, the three kosha, I mean the five koshas, the three shariras, all of that. We're grateful to Shankaracharya. So we honor him, and then we have Abhinava Gupta, who gave us the wisdom of Kashmir Shaivism. We honor him, and then most of the teachers, we will also honor this term Adinada. So Adinada is said to be the first teacher of Hatha Yoga lineage, which there's actually no clear one person. So I will just link it to the first time yoga had some kind of scientific evidence is around 3000 BC in the Harappa civilization. They found these seals of a person sitting. So those times itself is just existing, and to those pioneer teachers who systematize the practice by which we can connect to our own essence, to that unknown great ones, we call him or she or whatever it is, Adinada. Of course, recently there has been some traditions will say that Adinada was one person who came from somewhere, but there is no evidence to that in any of the texts, no text mention of such a person. So for us, it is that unknown, that first group of teachers or a teacher, Adinada. The known one is Matsyendranath, who kind of received from Adinada, is its. And then we have Gorakhnath. So Gorakhnath is important because Manasa other 16 points are based on Gorakhnath's teaching. Okay, so we honor him. And then Svatnarama is the one who wrote Hadayoga Pradipika. So our theme verse is Shakti Madhya Manakritva Shakti Manasa Madhyagam. So that is teaching from Svatnarama. So we will just take his name with an Om today. And then we have these teachers which influenced me, and in my teachings their wisdom would be there. So Swami Vivekananda, Swami Shivananda, Swami Shantananda, Swami Vishnu Devananda, and Krishnamacharya, and then of course Guruji Iyengar, Guruji Patabi Joyce. So towards all of them we offer one Om, and we take their name in respect. Okay? So if you wish to close eyes, you can close eyes. Otherwise, you can stay with open eyes. And I will chant first, so you listen to that, and then Sandhya will chant back, and along with Sandhya, you also can chant. So let's begin. So I will say first, Om Sri Veda Vyasa Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Vedavyasa Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Patanjali Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Patanjali Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Shankaracharya Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Shankaracharya Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Abhinava Gupta Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Abhinava Gupta Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Adinada Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Adinada Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Matsyendranath Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Matsyendranath Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Gorakhnath Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Gorakhnath Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Svatnarama Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Svatnarama Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Vivekananda Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Vivekananda Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Yogananda Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Guru Yogananda Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Shivananda Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Shivananda Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Vishnu Devananda Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Vishnu Devananda Gurave Namaha.
Om Sri Shantananda Guruve Namaha.
Om Shri Shantananda Gurave Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnamacharya Gurave Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnamacharya Gurave Namaha.
Om Shri Iyengar Gurave Namaha.
Om Shri Iyengar Gurave Namaha.
Om Shri Pattabhijoys Gurave Namaha.
Om Shri Pattabhijoys Gurave Namaha.
So the wisdom of all these great teachers is collected in the chalice of Manasa wisdom. And then it comes out in its own unique ways. And along with this, so we said the Guru has a specific connotation. It is a teaching which gets us to look deeper into our own essence, gets us to look beyond our conditioned ideas and reactivities and all that. But along with the mat practices, there are so many other pools of knowledge which gets poured into Manasa. So we mentally acknowledge all of them because I don't know their names. So we use a lot of skeletal muscular anatomy terms to those Greek and Western that teachers of anatomy, our humble respects. And neurology, we use a lot of terms to those great researchers and those who have found and given us so much information, our humble respect. And even in terms of movement, so some of the movements given in the text which I've learned, sometimes I found it difficult to embody the mandala teachings, the circular patterns and the chakras and all of those things, continuous movement teachings. So that I got inspired by other movement traditions. So some of the movements of the Kapura, some of the movements of modern dance, I've seen it and it appealed to me in the context of some of the teachings I've learned. So we have adapted those movements in a way it fits in a yoga practice. So towards all those movement innovators, towards all of them, our humble salutations. Okay, and slowly lower the hands. Okay, so just give me the other. So now we start with the mat practice. So I'm trying to teach a short sequence which is based on the postures which are there in the major scriptures. So Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Garanda Samhita, so Guru Purnima. So we will use up some of the positions in that. So we start with, the term is nice, Bhadra. Bhadra means auspicious. So Bhadrasana is what we start with, but Bhadrasana, the description seems to look like Baddha Konasana. Okay, so Baddha Konasana is a name which came later. In the original text, the way the words are written about how the body should be placed, I really feel that is Bhadrasana is Baddha Konasana. So you can just look at this sequence. So Baddha Konasana takes on you. So this is Baddha Konasana, feet touching each other, heels really close, and this has its own adaptation. So later the feet, instead of looking forward, will look backward. That becomes Yoga Mudrasana. But Bhadrasana, we start here, but just see how, like, even then, some of them might have found it a little bit difficult to sit relaxed like this. So if you have to sit like this for 3 hours doing pranayama, maybe some of them didn't really like it. So if I'm not so open like Sunday in the hips. So if I am like this, the moment I take the hands off, I don't feel so good. So maybe I thought that those monks thought maybe one heel can come in, one heel can come here. So this is something which came out of, in our interpretation, which came out of this particular, but right now don't try to do this and try to improve flexibility or just really respect the wisdom tradition, please. So just come into this one heel really by the perineum and the other heel just in front of this. So this is Siddhasana. Okay, now this Siddhasana, okay, we have moved from here. Now we have changed the pose. So you have taken one heel in and the other heel in front of it. So, oh, am I not clear? Or okay, sometimes maybe your screens are small, you can't see me, so I won't insist on it. But just see from here, this is not what we are doing. So this is one foot towards the pubis, the other foot in front of the other foot. It's not on top of anything. Okay. So now if you don't get it, it's okay. I'll leave you with this, whatever you're doing. Now, this is called Siddhasana, highly praised in the text as a sitting practice. So from today, if some of you are really comfortable in this, the opening awareness, you can do it in this position, Siddhasana. Okay, so Sukhasana is more comfortable, but is not mentioned as an asana in any of these texts because it's too simple. So they have spoken about Siddhasana. Okay, so let's do a sequence in Siddhasana. So from here, you can put the left hand against the knee and just laterally lean towards the right side. So you can put the right hand here and just staying here for a few moments. So if Siddhasana is difficult, if your knee hurts, then simply do Sukhasana. So you have to understand that sequence. So this is Sukhasana, then you can do that way also. Okay, so Siddhasana is a bit more opened hip. Okay, so choose well. So now we are really with those 3000 BC practitioners who explored these sitting positions, and they explored as to what kind of position helps them to connect inward, not to somehow slam the knees and look good outside. All these positions were explored in the context of what does it do to my mind? Does it somehow break the restlessness? Okay, so now slowly come up. Now put the right hand behind you and take the left hand across the right knee into a twist. So you're just working with this particular Siddhasana. So the name reminds us that we are here for Siddhi. Siddhi means an achievement, and that achievement is the freedom of your attention. Attention is normally caught up, the eyes of attention is blinded. So we are trying to open the eyes of attention, trying to free it from all kinds of ignorance. Then look forward, then release, and then change for the Siddhasana legs. Change for the Siddhasana leg. Yeah, the other foot will come in, left foot will come in, right heel will go in, and then put left hand towards left side, and then take the other hand to push the thigh down a bit for a few moments. And then anytime you want to, you can take that other arm up and just work with that for a few moments. So these are adaptations, and those texts is palm leaf manuscripts. They might not be able to write all the variations. So, so it's perfectly fine that we explore. Now from there, you come up, take the right hand towards the left knee and twist. Then look forward, and then putting the hands in front, see whether you can fold forward a little bit. So Siddhasana, forward bend. Again, the timir or the blinding factor is if you just think head to the floor is the thing. Instead, let the eyes of knowledge be open. We are trying to tilt at the pelvis. We are trying to move the navel forward. So move with knowledge. Okay, and then slowly come up. So now from Siddhasana, you take the Bhadrasana itself, Baddha Konasana. Okay, so Baddha Konasana. So from now on in the classes, I might still remind you of that name, which is a beautiful connotation, Bhadra, auspicious. So sit in auspiciousness. That's the meaning of Bhadra Asana. So just staying here for a few moments, see whether you can sit on top of the heels, just coming a little bit more forward. So these kind of variations, some texts talk in these terms, and not all of us can sit on top of the heels. So we don't have to strain too much. But today, in honor of those scriptures and teachings, we just explore a little bit with a little bit of curiosity. And then slowly we can sit back. Now, another posture, which is prevalent now as well, the name also never changed, is Paschimottanasana. Okay, so Paschimottanasana, all of you know, which is the leg straight and the forward bend in this. So we don't have to do it right now. So I'm just showing you like what all would have happened. So let's say Sandhya was sitting in full Baddha Konasana. I might have sat in Siddhasana. We're talking about we as in 3,000, 5,000 years back. Then some of our friends might have sat like this. Now, from there, Paschimottanasana is what Sandhya did. But maybe one of us start one leg straighten, and then they are thinking, why should I rush to both legs straighten? So while this person goes this way, I am thinking of maybe I'll go this way. This is the birth of Janu Shishas. Okay, so it's a combination of the Badras and Baddha and Sukhasan and Paschimottanasana. So Paschimottanasana, but before that, they're coming from here. So let's do Janu Shishasana first. Not found in the text, but we can find its roots in these two positions. So let's take right leg in front, left foot to root, and take the pose. So as per the teachings, one position which comes close to one of the descriptions is Mahamudra. So at the end of every exhale, you try to drop the pelvic floor muscles. And as you inhale, visualize a line of energy going, traversing up your spine line. And at the top of it, you are in a slight, maybe today, Jalandhara Bandha not needed, but you're taking it up towards the skull. Exhaling, let your awareness go back into that pelvic floor. So please stay with that inward focus, not the outward head to the knee and the desperate kind of bouncing up and down with the head. We don't do it today. The gurus wanted us to connect to the Sushumna, connect to that inner energy line, connect with the breath. So at the start of the inhale, the pelvic floor is gripped. As you inhale, draw the navel in. So you're trying to get closer and closer into that midline, into the spine. Then slowly rise up. And then once again, take either Bhadrasana or Baddha Konasana or Siddhasana or Sukhasana. So come to that position again. And then work on a few breaths where you're closing eyes and you're really, again, traveling up and down the spine line. So from the pelvic floor, you'll inhale, you'll go rise up all the way till there. Exhale, you'll descend. After the next exhale, let's change side for Janu Shishasana. So set up initially, we have to go from the gross body towards the subtle body. So gross body adjustments, how the right sit bone should be, how all those considerations you give, like move from the pelvis, all those considerations you give. And after that, start to connect more and more towards the teachings, the teachings of the scriptures, talking about the subtle energy body, the energy line along the spine, and trying to breathe up and down that line. So some of you have a lot of knowledge. So when you're going up and down, you can mentally feel each chakra point. If you want to internally chant the bija of each chakra, you can do that. So that's all based on what you know. Then slowly come up. And again, you're taking that Bhadrasana or Siddhasana and working on, again, closing your eyes and then again and again, trying to get into the mid Sushumna line. So going to the pit of the pelvis. From there, as you inhale, ascend to the upper pelvis, navel, heart, throat, inner middle skull, crown skull. Exhale down from crown, inner middle skull, throat, heart, navel, upper pelvis, pelvic floor. Then from the base, you inhale, lam, vam, ram, yam, hum, om at the crown, and then down the same way. Those who know the sounds. So after the next cycle, you can slowly open eyes. Now, another position which comes up in the text is Gomukhasana. So that you can set up. So you can, some of you can just flip the knee over the knee. If that's difficult, you come on to hands and knees, and then you take the right knee forward and the foot a bit across, and bring the left knee to touch the right back knee, and you spread the feet and slowly sit down. The buttock should go a bit more to the left side as you sit, because otherwise we tend to simply sit to the right side. If this is particularly difficult, you can sit on a block, but you are trying to stack the knee over knee and both feet are on the floor. Okay, so then just staying here for a few moments. So Gomukhasana. So if you have knee problems, so these things are, we are saying thanks to Guruji Iyengar, who many people would have thought of making it easy, but then what about the tradition? We had that fear, but he broke that kind of thing and brought chairs and blocks and such things. So you can even sit like this, but understand what is to be done. There's adduction, the thighs coming towards each other, and then both thighs externally rotating, and then just staying like that. It's perfectly fine, rather than sitting and breaking your knees on the floor. I mean, if you have injuries. Okay. So now let's do some variations from here. So you can put the right hand towards the right side, and you can take the left arm over to open up the Ida line or the left line. So the left side body is just opening. Today, think in all such terms, because that was the interest. The whole idea of the asanas and all of that was to get us connect to our energy line. So exhale, you stay here, lower this hand down. You can even rise up with this. As you inhale, take this arm, you have to think of the energy flowing from the pelvic floor towards the left, like a semicircle going this way. That's Ida. Exhale, you can slowly come up and down. So that is like the Ida line descending. So inhale, feel the Ida rise towards the third eye. Exhale, you slowly come back and down. So just working, try to get more and more internalized with each passing breath. So the direction is from the periphery to the core. So with each succeeding or sequential breath, you're feeling more and more. Okay. And next time you're up, you can take that left hand on that right knee and put the right hand behind you, twist. You can even take that elbow across if you're okay, to left elbow a bit across, coming into a nice twist position. So again, we are just looking at some of the variations. So Sandhya, just look forward, put the hands there. So again, like Paschimottanasana was a very important position. So Sandhya is going into Paschimottanasana. No, Paschimottanasana, straighten the legs, please. So she straightened both legs, and a person like me, I'm also thinking of doing that, but maybe here I'm thinking, why the hurry to straighten the other leg? Maybe I'll fold from here. So that might be the Gomukha Paschimottanasana beginning. So you straighten the left leg, which is under, and work on right knee is still over, and then you work on the forward bend. Okay, so. It's not half lotus, it's still Gomukhasana, foot is on the floor. Yeah. And staying here, don't let the external endpoints blind our scope of eyes of awareness. It needs to open inward, open to the spine line. You can work through the pelvic floor grip, the navel grip, just even thinking of spine and just going up and down with the breath. All those are really the heart of Hatha Yoga practice. Now slowly come up, then straighten the right leg, and then taking Gomukhasana with the other leg on top. So left leg on top. Yeah, you can enter it in whichever way is okay for you. Some of us can sit and just do it. Some of us might have to come up first and then set it. Okay, so just staying here upright, or if you're comfortable, you want to forward bend. All those are fine. Forward bend meaning still both legs are bent at this point. So Jacob, if it's difficult, you can keep the leg straight. Otherwise, yeah, bend it. So the classical Gomukhasana is both legs are bent. Then slowly come up and then take the left hand towards the left side. And we just work a little bit on this Pingala sequence. So feel the whole right line rise up and then right line descend. So just, you have to connect to that middle of the pelvic floor. From there, let energy move to the right side. And instead of the entwining Pingala, we just take it like one semicircular loop through the right side. So try to feel that pelvic floor, then towards the right side and all the way to third eye. And then from the third eye, all the way down to the pelvic floor via the right side. Next time you're up, you're thinking of the classical Paschimottanasana, but leaning back, you straighten the lower leg. And then you're pausing. Okay, what's a hurry to Paschimottanasana? So we do the position here. So the left knee should be reasonably right, stacked over the right knee. Okay, so if that doesn't happen, that's okay, because we just set it up. And then you need to quickly move towards the spinal awareness, breath awareness, Shakti Madhye Manakritva. So that is the main teaching of Svatnarama we share with all of you. Put your mind into the middle of energy. What is making me do this pose? What is making me experience this pose? Is both energy, motor energy and sensory energy. But I do not feel energy. But if we continue to work like this, have this intention, one day, Shakti Manasa Madhyagam, that Shakti will flow right into the middle of your mind as an experience. You'll feel it. So now slowly come up and straighten the legs. So just to show you, and naturally, the sitting postures develop. And then one of the important posture was Vajrasana. So let's take Vajrasana. The Vajrasana is sitting on the heels. This, and some of us have internal rotation. So if you watch Sandhya, Sandhya, put the hands that side so that your feet is pointing towards the screen on hands and knees. Yeah, that quadruped position. So from knees together, please. Feet together. So from here, so if you look at my knee from here, when my thigh rotates inward at the hip, the feet moves out. So this is inward rotation. So I'm exploring Sandhya's inward rotation. So she's rotating the thighs inward, by which the feet goes. This is much wider than the hips. If it is much wider than the hips, you're ready for Virasana. If some of us inward rotation is not much, so it might not be moving wider than the hips, then don't force and sit down, because that will go straight to the ligaments. So if you feel you have good internal rotation, then you can consider sitting down between on the floor or block. Okay, so these are two positions which are in the text, Vajrasana, Virasana. Okay, so then staying here for a few breaths. So Vajrasana as well as Virasana. Virasana in particular broadens the pelvic floor a bit. So you can take your awareness there. So just considering. So our feet, which represents our tendency and our capacity of movement, feet from one place to another, that is feet. So how do we normally move? Where does the feet of awareness take us normally? So the feet of awareness normally is walking towards attractions and walking away from aversions, and always fidgety and looking for some kind of entertainment. And the one who can pull back the feet from these kind of tendencies, so that is represented by this leg bending backward, feet going backward, that person is a hero, Veera. Just doing whatever you feel like doing, saying whatever you want to say, and just say, I am like this, I can't help it. That is not a hero. So hero is able to pull back. So Virasana. So now if you so if you look at me, so Virasana again, the or Vajrasana. So the ancient tradition, Paschimottanasana is always important. So I'm just sitting down, going for Paschimottanasana. Sandhya shifts and she straightens one leg first, and then she's thinking, why the hurry? So we then get Triyanka Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. It's also not part of the text, but it is very much part of the scheme because it's between these two classical postures, which is Virasana and Paschimottanasana. So we have Triyanka Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. So one of the invitations is, the teaching says, you have got three faces. Mukha means face. Triyanka Mukha, you have got three faces. So that is the gross body, subtle body, causal body. You have these three faces to you. But then there is something behind all of that. Let that which is behind the three bodies open up. That is, Paschima means the back, the west of the body, the back of the body. So have one foot towards that which is behind the gross and subtle and causal. So that is Triyanka Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Then slowly come up and change sides. And slowly come up and then straighten the legs. So those days, remember the people, they didn't have a chair. Like I'm sitting on a chair that was reserved for the head of the family and king and such factors. People used to talk in Malasana. Can you show that? So Malasana is how you spend a lot of time, and so they didn't give it a separate asana time because that's how you sit and listen to lectures and all that. So so like if somebody, like if all of you are sitting and listening to me for half an hour in Malasana, and then I say, so let's our first opening pose be Malasana, you look at me weird, right? Like, so it is not coming in any text as such. So, but people were sitting here, when they got bored, they might put the buttocks down, sitting in Baddha Konasana, all these kind of positions. So their hips had fantastic range of movement from small. So for them to do something special in sitting was lotus pose. And that would have felt like Sukhasana for us. So, so lotus was, if you're spending the whole day in Malasana and Baddha Konasana and never sits on the chair for the next 2 months, then you can simply do lotus without any prep. Don't do yet. Yeah, I'm just showing you. So this is Padmasana, but today I'm linking it with one of the directions, Paschimottanasana. So from here, Sandhya do Paschimottanasana. As she straightens one leg, she's thinking, why the hurry? So then you have the half lotus forward bend. So let's start there. So right foot up on the left thigh and do the Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. So all these positions have the classical text connection with it. And one of the things they're telling is you have to then quickly, once you set the shape, then you have to try to connect to that inner body. And one way they tell is nada. So listen inwardly very closely. Do you sense any kind of a vibration? Each pose has its own song. So if you're just interested in how close my head is to the knee and labeling ourselves as tight and bad knees, then we won't hear the song of the universe in us. So slowly come up and then change legs. So half lotus Paschimottanasana. Then slowly come up and straighten the legs. So to just close up, straighten the legs. To close this up, we spoke about Malasana as being a very, that was the sitting posture. So just sit in Malasana for a moment. So let's say Malasana, and then the yogis are thinking, let's do Paschimottanasana. So again, maybe they straighten one leg first. Then you have the Marichi sequence developing. Okay, so that is the one leg Malasana, one leg Paschimottanasana. So let's do Marichi. So right leg bend, left leg straight, and folding. So the timir, or the disease of blindness, is sometimes the very end points of the shape. We then get blinded to anything larger in this whole context of this moment. We do not ponder and wonder about what helps us do this pose, what helps us feel this pose. For us, that's taken for granted. So with all the knowledge of the teachers, perhaps we get interested more than where's my head and where's my knee. Then slowly come up. Then change, and the other leg bending and folding. So one of the contexts of Guru Purnima is also the full moon. So the Guru, if the Guru is the light, the moon represents a student. It doesn't get full moon immediately. So a new moon black, and then it starts to go through its various slivers, a quarter, a little bit crescent, and then on the Guru Purnima, it's full moon, where the student finally gets it. Then slowly come up. Then release the feet. So these are the postures we see from the texts of Hatha Yoga Pradipa, Garanda Samhita, Shiva Samhita, Yajnavalkya Samadha, all these kind of texts. But we have to understand India was under occupation for around 400 years plus. A lot of texts were lost. And at the same time, there were also dance texts, dance sculptures, and they had something called the Karanas. So 108 positions were there. And in those positions, we can see positions like handstand, feet to the head, forearm balance, feet to the head, right? And many positions which we nowadays have adapted to our yoga mat practices. So these are some different sources from which it started to come in, because the Karanas, forearm balance, feet to the head, I haven't seen much on a dance stage. It's the yogis who seems to have got it. These are all said to be the dance of Shiva. So the Nataraja, all those things have perhaps come from these great dance traditions of India. Then Krishnamacharya is the one, I think, who started to then come out with the standing postures. So standing postures are not in these texts. Other than Vrikshasana, which is a standing, the tree pose, we don't see anything much in the text. But the classical, the way they used to tapas for many years were on standing on one foot. So I don't know why it was not mentioned too much in the text. But standing postures, so it must have been there, but not really put up in the manuscripts. So Krishnamacharya, at the same time, Vishnu Devananda came out with his own book that also had a lot of standing postures. And it's cute to see the more fury of the teachers of India, that he just blatantly said the other one is just copying me, like standing postures. And that kind of delivery of dialogues only one kind of teacher will say. But he's also a great teacher. So anyway, we take no sides at Manasa. We take in whatever, So if I see a man walking funny, but I see an art in it, and some scriptural verse start to rhyme in me when that person is walking, I might use it. So whatever help us connect to teachings, whatever that we will imbibe. So just to bring this to the next sequence is the vinyasa method, which I first started off in Manasa through Sandhya. So Sandhya will just take you through a sequence. So I'll just give it to her.
Namaste and happy wonderful Guru Purnima to all of you. So let me start paying my obeisance to Manoj because I have got all these insights through him. In 1999, when we started Manasa, he was so much trained in all the gurus that we mentioned throughout the day today. He also was an ardent practitioner of Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga. So when that happened, to me as a student who was just starting off, I felt it was a little bit too strenuous to start jumping back and go through the vinyasas, which is a struggle throughout. But the idea of getting all the asanas with the breath when the body has not conditioned to even moving with the breath. So at that point in time, being a dancer and then being attached to Temple of Fine Arts, even Swami Shantanand Saraswati was talking about who's also my spiritual guru, was also talking in terms of yoga dance. And at that time, Manoj was writing a lot of books and we were doing a lot of book launch. Manoj's 2 books were launched and all his writings were being launched. And we used to always launch it with a yoga dance, with a vinyasa-based movement. All this together, it comprised as the Vinyasa movement, which we consistently put it on a Tuesday evening class. So what we will be doing today would be that. But of course, the idea of giving our absolute gratitude to the teachings that has followed such a heritage and such a lineage. So we will work on a Vinyasa sequence today, but we will take every position with a Namaste as Na Mama. Let us liberate from the bondage of whatever we are connecting as mine through Na. Na means no, Mama means mine. So whatever we are binding ourselves with the idea of I, me, mine, my body, my asana, my stretch, my flexibility. Let's today try to break that bondage with Na, Na Mama. And the Stha is the Sthirata, which is what we require in all the teachings that we are implementing. Over and over again, the repetition, let it attain that state of sthirata, and let us not go through that vrittis all the time, but let us pray and let us hope with that Ishvara Pranidhana that we offer today to all the gurus and to everything that we are putting effort to, may that work as the state. So starting with a namaste, let us come to a standing position. So we will start with the normal sun salutation. So you can just do along with me. Again, I'm not looking into the screen much, but those who are not able to do the full end of the postures, please find your variations. The idea is to get towards the direction. So let us start. Namaste position. Feet are hip width apart. Inhaling, open up into a KCC position, arch back. Exhale, fold from the pelvis all the way down, wherever you're reaching. Just give yourself a few breaths here because we were sitting and we were contemplating on the seated postures. So just allow your hamstrings and the back of the calves, but not in a pushy position. Again, we are mentally saying namaste, namama. Let's not be bound by the extent to which we want to go. Let us be where we are and then explore. Inhaling, slightly arch the spine, take the right foot all the way back, right knee down, right toe pointing back, and sternum up. Back foot onto toes, knee off. Maintain the shoulder above the wrist. Try not to move the pelvis. Just take the left leg back. Exhale, knees down. Tilt the pelvis. Move the chest forward. Chin down. Inhaling, arch to cobra without the shoulders coming up. Exhaling onto toes. Lift the pelvis. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Staying here for 2 breaths. Inhaling, look forward, move the pelvis, move the shoulder, right foot between the palm, left foot, left knee down, left foot pointing back. Exhaling, bring the left leg forward, holding deep. Inhaling, again, the KCC arm position, arch back and come back to center. Moving on to the left side, Namaste position, again with the bhavana of Namaste. Inhale, arch. Exhaling, fold. Left leg all the way back. Hold the breath, right leg back. Exhale, knee, chest, and chin. Inhaling, arching to cobra. Exhale, lift. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, right leg, holding deep. Inhale, up, arch back, and relax. Namaste position. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg back. Let the right knee be off. Pivot the right foot slightly and left leg is bent. Again, find the sthirata of both the legs and then the upper body comes without lifting the pelvis too high. Virabhadrasana. When you take that palms together, have that bhavana of namah. Now from here, bring the palms, the namaste, to the sternum level and shift your weight to the left leg. Straighten the right leg all the way back, balance. And if you are steady, not for a target, you can extend that namaste forward. Bend the left knee, place the right leg back. Once again, Virabhadrasana. Slowly bring the namaste down, hands down, left leg back. Knees down, chest and chin. Inhaling, arch. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling, look forward, right foot forward between the palms. Back leg, knees off, pivot the foot. Steady both feet, thigh parallel to the floor, arms up. Namaste. As you're gazing upwards, you can see the palms together, connected from within your heart. Slowly bring the namaste in front of the sternum. Shift your weight to the right leg. Extend the left. When you are steady, you can extend the namaste. Bend the right leg. Back to Virabhadrasana. Slowly exhaling. Bring the hands down, Back leg forward, folding deep. Inhale, up, arch back. Exhale, relax. Namaste position. Inhaling, arch. Exhale, fold. Left leg back. Arms up to Virabhadrasana 1. And we're just going to take a lateral position. So usually Virabhadrasana 2, we open out the Namaste position. But today we're holding it up, but the pelvis has taken a lateral position. Now from here, maintain the position. You just swing the arms to the back, either catch hold here or catch hold of your elbows. Those of you who have freedom at the shoulder area, you can take a reverse Namaste. You can look over to your right shoulder. From here, you can shift the weight to your right leg. Maintain the lateral pelvis. Left leg off and balance. So this is a variation of Ardha Chandrasana, where usually the hand is touching to give you balance, but we are exploring it with a reverse Namaste. Slowly bend the right leg, place the left leg down, open the hands to Virabhadrasana 2, hands down, right leg back. Knee, chest, and chin. Inhaling, arch to cobra. Exhale, lift. Downward facing dog. Stay. On your next inhalation, left leg forward between the palms. Arms up to Virabhadrasana 1. Lateral position with the pelvis. So we're not using the hands, just the pelvic and the upper body shifts. But know that in your mind, you're doing Virabhadrasana 2 variation with the arms up in Namaste. From here, you can take the hands back, whichever is your variation. Either catch hold of the wrist, catch hold of the elbow, or if the arms and shoulders are fine, a reverse Namaste and look over to your left side. Take this as an opportunity to ground, to lower, to find your sthirata with your feet. On your next exhalation, you can look down to your left side, shift weight to your left leg, taking the right leg slowly up, maintain the reverse Namaste, try to maintain that laterality of the pelvis. Shoulder in line, in the lateral line. And slowly bend the left leg, place the right leg down, release to Virabhadrasana 2, and hands down, back leg comes forward to finish the round. Folding deep, inhale, up, arch back, exhale, relax. Namaste position. Inhale, arch. Exhale, fold. Right leg back. Now, listen carefully. You can do along with me. Arms up to Virabhadrasana 1. And you're going to bend. As you bend the elbows, you rotate to your left side. taking the Parshva, Parivrita Parshva, but with a Namaste position across. So I will just face the ceiling if you're on screen, if you're not seeing it. Now, those who are comfortable and you're steady, the back leg can come in a little bit and you're straightening the left leg. Same position, same side. You're doing Parivrita Trikonasana with Namaskara or Namaste. So straightening the left leg as much as possible. If you need to reduce your stance, you can do that. And since all of you are doing extremely well, I'm tempted to carry on a little bit more. So you look down and you step forward with your right leg and do an Utkatasana here. Maintain that twist. So as much as you can go low. Again, being careful about your knee, your pelvis. Look down and step back with the right. Release the Namaste, hands by the side, left leg back. Knee, tilt the pelvis, chest and chin. Inhaling, arch. Exhale, lift. Stay here for 2 breaths. On your inhalation, right leg forward, arms up to Virabhadrasana 1. As you bring the hands down, rotate from the pelvis. And your aim is to try and get that left elbow, left armpit across the right knee. And both are active. The elbow is pressing the knee inward, the knee is pressing the elbow outward. So you have that good push and pull action between both sides. At the same time, you're taking a Namaste across the chest. The bhavana is very, very important. Now, if you're comfortable and if you know the length of your hamstrings are fine, you can reduce the stance slightly and straighten the right leg. Parivrita Trikonasana with Namaskaram. Exhaling, look down. Maintain the contact between the upper arm and the knee. Step the left leg forward and lower the pelvis without straining the knee. On your exhalation, look down. Step back with your left leg. Release the hands by the side. Bring the left leg forward to finish the round. Folding deep. Inhale. Up, arch back. Exhale, relax. So the sequence continues like this, but because we are pressed for time, I will hand over to Manoj back for the rest of the segment.
It was nice. It brought back a lot of memories. The starting of the vinyasa classes on Tuesdays was those days Sunday used to teach it. So, so now we will just end up with a couple of backbends, which is there in the system, in the scriptures. So Bhujangasana is one. The cobra pose is in the text, but you have been doing that through the sun salute. So the other one is Shalabhasan. Shalabhasan we can do now just to honor the text. So you can have the arms back and then lifting the head, chest, and legs up and staying here for a few breaths. Just rest for a few moments. So when you're resting, we can take actually another pose. So Sandhya, can you come on to hands and knees? You can do with Sandhya. We're just doing it partially for the fun of it as well. So Sandhya, walk forward, be a bit more low in this. Walk forward. And so Makarasana is like a crocodile pose. So you can bend elbows to a point and then walk forward with the hands and the knees. Yep. So walking forward. So some of you can walk in Chaduranga itself. So walk a little bit forward, how like a crocodile moves. Come on, Jacob. In the depth of the push-up position, you walk forward. Some crocodiles are jumping. That's fine. So these are all variations. In the non-Ashtanga traditions, we just used to walk with one hand. But in the Ashtanga tradition, it's the jumps, like they did for the sun salute as well. Instead of the step back, it was the jumps. Okay, and then slowly come back. And now let's do the back bend, which is in the system, which is Dhanurasana. So just lying down, so bending the legs, catching hold of ankles, and then lifting, rising up into Dhanurasana. Then release. So one more back bend is there, which is Ushtrasana in some of the text. So coming up into the camel pose on the hands shins. Those who are finding this difficult, you can put just one hand behind, the other hand can be across or behind or overhead, or some of you both hands behind. So then slowly come up and you can sit to any side. We will end the mat sequence with respect towards Matsyendranath. So just sitting down, legs straighten in front. Now this one, sometimes we get confused as to which arm to hug, which foot goes where. So just carefully follow my words and follow Sandhya what she's doing. So right leg bends, put it outside the left leg, just besides the knee. Now shifting a bit to the left side, bend the right leg so that the right foot comes near the, left leg, so that the left foot comes near the right buttock. Okay, now from here, you can put the right hand behind you, hug with the left arm. That is one option. Some of you will be able to take the arm across and twist and turn. So we get churned out into being, and we can churn in the other direction. So we get churned into becoming a form and becoming a story, becoming words. So we can churn back to that being state of us, to the formless, wordless essence also. So Matsyendranath did turn back. Then look forward and then release and then change. Jayanti, whichever, no, it's not Jayanti, Sachani Radhakrishnan. So put the left hand behind, right arm hug. If the left leg went up, right arm should hug. That's it. Yeah, nice. Then look forward and then release the leg. And just we have 2 minutes, so we will also do a pranayama, which is very much in the text. So we will do just 2 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. So I assume all of you know this. If not, it's fine. You just breathe with the numbers I'm talking about. Those who know this, close the right nose with the right thumb. Exhale completely through the left. Inhale, left nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close both nostrils. Pull up the pelvic floor. Draw in the, actually you don't have to draw in the navel. Lift the heart, lower the chin. So in the text, they mainly talk about this Jalandhara and Mula coming together during the inhalation retention. Now slightly lift the chin. Right, exhale. As you exhale, keep drawing the navel in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, right nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close, holding pelvic floor up, chin lock. Now left nose, exhale, you're working on the navel lock. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, left nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Closing, and then pelvic floor up, chin lock. Lift the chin slightly. Exhale, right. Navel draws in simultaneously. 6, 7, 8. Right nose, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close, and pelvic floor lock, chin lock. Left side, exhale, navel draws in. And lower the hand down. So just stay with the eyes closed for a few moments. So the directions of the practices is to take us to the state called Sandhya, which is the balance of the dualities, which in the teaching specifically talks about Ida and Pingala energies get balanced. And then Manonmani is where the mind drops, meaning the different stories and emotions and worries and anxieties and pettiness and all those things drops. And in that purity, you will find that you're able to get deeply absorbed into the essence of your being, which is Laya. So in that Laya, your guru is always there. So slowly open eyes. So namaste, thank you for being with us in honoring this great tradition. And also to say if the teachings appeal to you, we have every Monday Gita talks. And also we are having a yatra, which we haven't announced yet. So Susan and Nigel will email you soon. So there will be a retreat where I'll be focusing on teachings of the Tantras. So this will be in Malaysia itself, in Langkawi, October 28th to November 2nd or so. So it'll be fantastic if you can come and dip into the teachings of Abhinavagupta, Svatnarama, and all of those things. The heart of Hatha Yoga is in the Tantras. So that's all. Susan, you wanted to announce something?
Yeah, we just have a quick announcement. Actually, we usually get together live, right? Like in the studio for this group Purnima, but this time we can't do it. So we're doing it from Zoom. And then because we can't do a live dedication, we're going to try to do a dedication. I'm not sure if the sound will come through.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Thank you.
Guru Nam Charana Ravinde Sangha Sikta Swatma Sukababode
Ne Shri Se Jankalike Mane
Samsara hala hala moha shante.
Abahu purusha karanam.
Shanka chakra siddharinam.
Sahasram sirasam svaitam.
Pranamami Patanjali.
Well,
Okay,
our
thank you very much.
dedication to you, Manoj. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
right. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you.
Lovely class. Namaste.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
Teachers
you.
Day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Sandhya.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Sanya.
Thank you.
Manoj. Thank you, Sandhya.
Manoj, thank you, Sandhya. Happy
Welcome.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Sandhya.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Sandhya.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Sandhya.
Thanks, Manoj. Thanks, Sandhya.
Wel-
See you.
Welcome. Welcome.
See you guys next week.
Yes. All of you. Yes, as we've got a few new people as well. Welcome, Sanju, Ramdas. Yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah.
Thank you.
Manoj, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed the
Thank you.
class.
Thank you.
Sandhya, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Susan Ko is here. So nice to see. Hey,
Yeah.
Susan Ko, your internet managed. Yeah, very nice. Thank you.
Manoj Lim is also in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's
Great
kind
to
of cool.
see him. Yeah.
He didn't have his video, but he's in. He was
Tilaga. Yeah. So good. Okay.
Yeah.
We are both very happy to see all of you. Yeah.
so
Namaste.
nice.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj.
Bye.
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 Thank you.